ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me know that you can hear me. Boy, what a week. Whew, what a week. It's good to be here. And I appreciate everybody who is out there 24 watching now. That's awesome. What a week. Let's go. All right. Happy Friday the 13th. We had a lot of suspicion behind that. Very interesting if you get into the history of it. But we won't do that tonight. But anyway, appreciate you. Thank you so much. I do have this stack of hard drives right here. It's so funny. These drives back in the day, and when I say back in the day, I'm like talking like 2012. This was cutting edge technology right here. These are called Lacy drives, external hard drives with FireWire for anybody who knows what that is, and USB 3.0. Whew, cutting edge. It's so funny because they're kind of crap. Anyway, and they tend not to work with newer systems and whatnot. So, Austin, how you doing, buddy? Appreciate you guys all. I do have a major announcement, but I'm not going to say it yet. We'll get to the end of this and we'll get into it. Anyways, I have a ton of these drives from the Identical. All kinds of photos and everything like that. And none of them work. So I had to get like this software, crazy, just to basically go back and like, be able to just like, I don't know what you call it. You have to take it apart and you have to like have the, what is it? SCSI drive. I'm not sure whatever it is, but anyways, it's just a mess. I've got all these drives with all this information and I should have backed them up on like I guess something else, but I haven't until now. And man, it's just been a process. So, yeah. Anyway, welcome to the Friday Night Mic Drop. Happy Friday the 13th. I'm not superstitious when it comes to that stuff. So, I think it's a fun day to just, whatever. So yeah, getting back from Elvis Explosion. What a great time, man. And it was awesome to meet, some people. Austin Pugh, for example, young buck, up and coming, retired from the U.S. Army, I believe. If that's correct, Austin, let me know. That's awesome. I appreciate your service. Thank you, brother. Yeah, and obviously there were some back issues. We'll get into that. So, but yeah, Elvis Explosion was awesome. If you were there, let me know in the comments. Hey, Diane. Diane was definitely there. Lori was a judge. Jill was there. Julie got the live stream. That's awesome. Let's go. Let's go. Jimmy Holmes wins again. And I thought his performance was awesome. I went back. So I'm going back through all the live stream stuff and everything. And like, I went back and watched, and man, that, rendition, number one of, On Chain Melody, was special. And, it was something awesome. And then he sang The Impossible Dream in the finals. And Elvis Presley himself did not always hit that ending note, and he nailed it. And that's awesome. Not to take away from anyone else. I thought Logan Ramey, is just a young buck, up and coming, but man, he is so solid. Great vocals. Problem is he's, performing in the 70s and he still looks like a young kid. I get it though. I get it. He's got the voice for the 70s, no doubt about it. Jimmy Holmes, On Chain Melody, playing the piano. Awesome. And if anybody can do that, like if anybody can do that, yeah. Oh my God, John O'Malley is on. We call him 13, ladies and gentlemen. And happy Friday the 13th to John O'Malley. Last year we called him 12. This year it's 13. Remind me to never play strip liar's dice ever again. I taught a number of good friends, all connected to the Ryan Files, the game of liar's dice. It was a lot of fun. We had a great time at the Crow, I believe it was. Yeah. So we didn't get to do some of the stuff I wanted to do. Yeah, John Jeffords, the Hammer. That's right. He is the Hammer, number 13. That's all we have to say. Back to Elvis Explosion. Robert Washington did it. Just, oh, Robert's so fun to watch, man. I love it. I love everything about it, man. It's like this dude loves Elvis, and I think it's amazing. We live in 2024, and we should be more inclusive. And Robert goes out there and just nobody feels the music like Robert, man. He is like into it, and I sat and watched his video like 2 or 3 times from the finals because he was just in it. And what's so cool about Robert is I don't know that Robert wants to do well, obviously. Who doesn't? But man, when he's on that stage, he's not thinking about how he's doing and placing and all that stuff. He's in the music because he loves the music and he loves Elvis Presley. Robert, awesome job. Austin Pugh, up and comer, great job. Logan Ramey, amazing. And to our champion, Jimmy Holmes, great job. I didn't know how it was going to go. It was really exciting to find out with everybody else what the finals were, the final results were. So I had a great time, and yeah, pretty cool stuff. Now, for those of you who might not know, most of you might, man, let me just say it really stinks getting old. And maybe this isn't even an old thing. Maybe this is just fate, whatever. Look at that. Look at that right there. Covering the whole screen. That's a wingspan. They say that your wingspan is as long as you are tall. And I'm 6'4". Used to be almost 6'5". Look at that. Maybe I should just get up on this thing and just lay sideways. Anyways, so it's so funny because what you're seeing is 20 seconds behind what I'm doing right now. So I can see me right now, right here, and I can see me 20 seconds later up there, and I'm reading your comments and everything. So it's just kind of funny because I just saw me doing this. Boom. So anyways, yeah, Austin, I appreciate you, buddy. And let's get a hold of each other. And I got stuff, some video and whatnot I want to send you. So, up and comer, Austin, don't, just watch out for this kid. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, the back thing happened, man. I literally had a bag of teddy bears in one hand, might have weighed 10 pounds, maybe. Probably not that much. And a little case, not that heavy, stepped up on the curb and boom, pinched nerve. L5, and that's the one next to basically your tailbone. It's at the bottom of the spine. Boy, I tell you what, I've never felt anything like that in my life. And it happened a little bit later in the evening. It happened, boom, and 5 minutes later, I couldn't even stand up. It was crazy. And God bless Ronnie Craig. He's like, hey, are you okay? Well, you need to get that checked out. Okay, I got to go. And he left the room there at the lacrosse center. He had his truck parked inside, left, and didn't stop to turn around and close the garage door, overhead garage door. So I was there all by myself, and I had to walk and limp, crawl all the way over there to close the garage door for Ronnie Craig. Thank you, Ronnie. Appreciate you looking out. Awesome. Anyway. Yeah, so I went back, and I thought, okay, lay down, you'll feel better. No, man. And the doc I went to the next morning told me, he said, well, your nerve was pinched, and it was just firing off signals to your leg. From my hip all the way down to the tips of my toes, it was firing off signals saying, you need to, engage. So what happened was all night long, the front and back of my leg, on above the knee, below the knee, and the foot, it was cramping up. And it was so painful. If you ever had a foot cramp or a Charlie horse or a cramp in your leg whatsoever, just imagine, and usually you can it's only one side because, you have the push and pull of your muscles. But it was both sides. So it was just cramping, and there was no way to fix it. But it was so weird. Every once in a while I would be able to get in the bed, and I might be like this, but it would stop hurting. And I got maybe, 5 minutes of sleep. I'm a restless sleeper. I tend to toss and turn. The moment I would sleep like this, I would turn over, and then boom, it would hit again, and it was just miserable. What a night. What a night. We got through it, went to the doc, the chiropractor the next day, and he was he took x-rays, and he's like, oh, okay. Yeah, you're in a bad space. And cracked me, and it was when he did, I was it was so funny. I'm 6'4", and not a small guy, and he was a pretty tiny fella. He might be about 5'8", 5'9", and first time he did it, he gets you all on your side and everything, and he tried, nothing happened. And I laughed. I literally laughed. I was in pain, but I laughed. I was like, you might want to get a running start. I said that to him, but he was awesome, man. He got me good, and as soon as that L5 moved, instant relief. I was sore, it hurt, swollen, still swollen, and numb down my entire right leg down to the toes. It's been very challenging the past couple days being on stage at Legends, because when I put those boots on, it makes it even worse. And in my foot, my toes on the three right toes, not the big toe and not the second toe, but the three right toes and the side of my foot and the outside of my leg go numb. And it's so weird. You feel like you don't have any support and everything. It's getting a lot better, man. I'm just icing in the morning, icing at night before the show. And the swelling, as the swelling goes down in my back, it's getting better, but it's kind of crazy. Never had that happen before. And, but it did. There you go. All right. So enough about my back. John Jeffords, who's on here tonight, he mentioned something to me. Well, thank you so much, John. I really appreciate it. And John, give John a big round of applause. John helped me out with the live stream. When I had to be on stage, I needed someone to run the live stream. He did an amazing job just hopping in. He asked way too many engineer questions about the process that I don't have the answers for. But like a true engineer, he did that, and that was awesome, and he was amazing, and he did a great job. So give John a round of applause. John Jeffords, thank you so much. I appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, so he told me about Field of Dreams. You've seen the movie Field of Dreams. I was 16 when that movie came out. Loved it then. Still a favorite of mine today. And he said, hey, listen, That field is in Dyersville, Iowa. You should stop up on your way up to Elvis Explosion. I thought, you know what? That's a great idea. And I was thinking in my head about that. I just wanted to see what it was like to go up there. Obviously, my connection to that is deepened by being in The Identical with Ray Liotta, who also starred in Field of Dreams when I was 16, many, many years ago, as Shoeless Joe Jackson. So I was able to get there, and, you know, you should go. If you love that movie as much as I do, you should go and check it out. But it's also one of those places that you go to and you're like, okay, you know, 20, 25 minutes there, and you're like, yeah, man, I've seen it. Okay, I've seen it. Yeah, it's cool. And so I couldn't do an episode about all that. But it's so ironic that that drive up to the field made me really start going down memory lane. And that's kind of what this episode is about. And I've never really done anything with the Ryan Files at all about The Identical, partially because you would need so much footage to be able to tell the stories I want to tell. Maybe someday I'll get someone to interview and come on and we'll be able to do all that stuff. But at the end of the day, what I really wanted to do is pay tribute to Ray Liotta, who was a good friend. And that's what this next episode coming up next Tuesday is about. It's very short. It's less than 10 minutes long. But it doesn't have to be that long, because what's said is what matters. And yeah, so tune in next week. Tribute to Ray Liotta and some behind the scenes stuff about The Identical. So check that out. And yeah. The following week, which will be, so the Ray episode will be on the 17th, the 24th. Man, I've subscribed to a number of services to get people to be able to interview on the podcast. And this one, this gentleman showed up, and I was like, wow, that's intriguing. His name is Damian Dumar. This episode will be coming out on the 24th. And this dude is awesome. I don't agree with everything that Damian believes, but we're going to have probably the first time, and I'm very excited about this, a guest on. This guy is, it's wild. If you ever heard of the Montauk conspiracy stuff, he claims to be from Montauk. He's been abducted by aliens, and he knows all about the Galactic Council and all this stuff. But really, at the end of the day, his message is not so much about all of that. It's about some of the stuff that you see in the destroyed recently in 2022 Georgia Guidestones and the Illuminati vision of the future, where there's only 500 million people on planet Earth. And man, he gets into it and he lays it down. He lays it down fat, and it's awesome. So enjoy that. That's coming up on the 24th. Now, the reason why I have so much done, yeah. Lori, you knew he is from North Carolina? How'd you know that? Have you heard of him? That's awesome. He is from North Carolina. Lori, talk to me. Talk to me. Hey, Lola, how you doing? Kathy, good to see you. Kate? Lori, I'm talking to you. How do you know he's from North Carolina? I know I didn't know anyone knew about him. That's awesome. You've heard of him. Okay, well, there you go. Lori has heard of this dude. And boy, he goes on for, it's a good hour episode, and man, he lays it out. It's pretty awesome. We have a different worldview, but I'm not like shutting anyone down because of that, and because what we're talking about doesn't necessarily have to do with my worldview or whatever. But yeah, interesting stuff. So let me get to the big news. And the name came up. Okay, yeah, that's very cool, Lori. All right. Well, I'm excited that you know about him because, yeah, I thought nobody would know about him. It's a very interesting episode. So tune in to Ray Liotta next week, and then following week, Damien Dumar. He's actually the publisher of a book called The Last Harvest, written by Lucien Mars, which is very interesting backstory on that. So anyway, okay, so the big news, and here we go. And I don't want to go into too much detail, but if you are a subscriber, if you're an agent of the Ryan Files, there will be probably some behind the scenes stuff coming out about this through Patreon. So you might want to check that out. But I have had since, and I'm 51 years old. Since I've been in my 20s, late 20s, I have had massive issues with the teeth in my head. And it's genetic. It's all genetic. I'll show you. So when I was in high school, I had braces because my teeth were just, my teeth were so bad. It's just crooked and buck teeth and everything else. But what's happened is, and I'm making you a drawing here. I had multiple teeth pulled. I had all my wisdom teeth pulled to accommodate all the teeth in my mouth with braces. And then I had 4 other molars pulled. So 8 teeth pulled to make room for the teeth in my mouth. It's a genetic thing. My dad had the same thing. My dad had false teeth by the time he was in his early 20s because of that kind of problem. And one of the problems genetically that has arisen with him and myself is that the roots of, especially our molars, our back teeth, just do this. They're really long, they curve around, and they actually go up into the sinus cavity. I've had that. It's caused a number of problems over the years. But this is like a picture of like what a molar looks like in my mouth. And those are the roots of the teeth. And they go up all the way into the sinus cavity. And it's just crazy, but it's genetic. And so I've had an issue with my back teeth, and you'll because of the different angles and everything else, there's been issues with stress, pain up into my sinuses, and then also cracking of teeth and everything else. There's just no way to deal with it. And so for pretty much 30 years, 30 years, I've dealt with this. And recently I've just been in a lot of pain. And over the past couple years have been just noticing more and more and more, just, sinus infections, things coming up. So I just decided it was time. And for a number of years, I've been thinking about doing this. And it just got to a point, and I was planning on possibly doing it in January when I'm off, but it just got to a point where I'd have to get something done anyways. So next Monday, today is Friday, so I've got Saturday and Sunday. Monday morning, I am getting a new mouth, basically. Basically, it's a magic trick. I'm going to figure out a way to put a new car in my mouth. It's kind of funny, but it's about $54,000, and everything is going to be new. I talked to the doctor about, like, we could chase things and try to, do certain things to make certain things better, but just because of the genetic issues with my teeth, soft enamel, things like that. Let's just get it done. And so I'm taking the plunge, and on Monday morning, I will have every tooth in my face removed and walk out of the facility with new teeth, all implants, dental implants, and everything like that. So I'm a little, I'm very excited, and I'm very nervous, and it'll be nice to just get rid of everything that I've had to deal with for over 20 years, 30 years almost. And, something I don't love talking about publicly, but I'm just saying, and dental health is very important. I hope to have the doctor on the podcast. He's pretty awesome. This is one of the top facilities in the nation. But it's just gotten to the point where I'm even having a hard time talking correctly. Speaking, obviously singing, and then the sinus stuff and everything else. So it's just time. And that's what I'm going to do. And I've tried to, hide that, not make that a public thing, because it's just like oral surgeon. Yeah. It's not something, you want to have out there, but I figured it's going to happen, and I'm going to embrace it. And so there'll be some behind the scenes stuff, obviously, if you're an agent of the Ryan Files. And there will also be, obviously, the episode after the 21st, which will drop on October 1st, Lord willing. There might be some speech issues and got to relearn to talk a little bit and everything else, but it'll be awesome. It'll be me. I'm not doing, there have been some people who have had stuff done to their teeth, and it's like, hey, give me Bon Jovi's teeth, or give me Elvis's teeth, or what. No, it's just going to be me. Dental implants, not false teeth, just implants. I'm excited about it. I'm very excited about it. They asked me, we were in this thing where you create your smile, and they said, what do you want? And I was like, well, just give me my teeth, but straighter, like they were probably back in the, when I was in my 20s and whatnot. I said, but I want them white, like glow in the dark. Just give me right here. Just give me right here. So, that's what's going to happen. And so you won't see me probably live, I don't think. We'll see. Stay tuned. If I say something on Facebook, on the Facebook page, I might. Yeah. Well, John, you have all the experience. You could definitely live stream the surgery. I don't know, like, how I'll be, I'm ironically, just a really quick healer, which makes no sense right now because I just pinched a nerve in my back and all that, but, we'll see. If I can come on, if I can talk like a normal human being, maybe I'll have a Friday night mic drop next week. I don't know. On one side of the equation, I might be able to be back in the show like by Thursday, which would be amazing. And I'm pushing, like I want to get back in. But yeah, and maybe I will smile more. But if not, Legends has been so cool, giving me the time to do this. And I didn't know if I wanted to break this like now, or if I wanted to wait until the first episode back where I'm just like, and just white teeth, but it's going to happen. And so be generous with your not making fun of me. Hey, make fun of me. I don't care. I'm 51 years old. I can take it. So anyways, I appreciate all your well wishes, and I'm really looking forward to just like not and it's going to probably be painful to go through this situation, but I'm really looking forward to just getting away from that, the pain and the sinus stuff, man. It's killed me, especially over the past 2 years. And yeah, so that's about it. What a crazy, exciting episode. I am going to finish up. I'm almost done. And listen, by the way, this upcoming Ray Liotta episode, tribute to Ray Liotta, and some behind the scenes stuff with the Identical. It's not a long episode. Like I said, it's less than 10 minutes long, but it's from the heart. And it's so funny. I sat down at the computer. I was like, I don't even know how to put this together. And I just started writing, and I said exactly what I needed to say. And he was a special dude. He was a special dude. Who, if I'm not mistaken, had the same thing done to his teeth that I'm going to have done. Let's go. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. Anyways, and here you go. This is for all his help. For John Jeffords. He really helped me out at Elvis Explosion, so I autographed that for you, John. So I'll send that out to you. Let's go. All right. So I appreciate you guys. Yeah. Trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think there is. Hey, by the way, so you guys are awesome and you guys tune in. I know like summer, and it's like a trend thing, you know, summer people are out doing stuff they don't watch all the time. If you get a chance, go back and watch. But here's the thing. I appreciate everyone who's in the comments during the episodes. And if you haven't, join in. But when the video is done, weekly episodes, you know, go down at the bottom, write a comment, write just, you know, your thoughts of it or whatever, what was interesting or whatnot. And there's a, you know, thumbs up, give it a thumbs up. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. That really helps the algorithm big time. Got a plan that I want to implement here. You know, we're coming up on a year on this thing. I think this next episodes are like 47, 48. So yeah, and there's been one every week. So, yeah, that really helps out. If you can, greatly appreciated. But, that's about it. I can't believe Finn wasn't up here. I cannot believe Finn wasn't up here all night long, man, getting ready for this and it was like walking on keyboards but anyway, so yeah, 1,000, here we come. And, yeah, it's awesome. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, join me on this journey. It's going to be interesting. I don't know what to expect. I'm not afraid. But I do have a lot of anticipation, and it really stinks because my cousin Doug, Major Doug Pelton, who was in a previous episode, is going to be coming to Branson. He just retired, so he's going to be coming to Branson on his way to Ohio, and he's coming out to Legends in Concert, my last show, Sunday night. So Julie, I will see you Saturday night. I booked them at a number of shows, but I'm going to be down and out. So just, you know, it is what it is. But, yeah. So anyways, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I love you. And I mean that, like, I love you. I thank you. You don't have to do this. So thank you for tuning in. You guys are rock, and, the back's getting better. As soon as I get the numbness out of my foot, every day though is a little bit better. I'll be awesome. And then I'll have some time to rest too here for more reasons than not. So, yeah. You rock. Keep on rocking. Love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I will let you know if I'm going to do the Friday night mic drop. But if not, Tuesday, check it out. Ray Liotta. You're the best. Cheers.